The amount of people who don't know how to play Overlord is fucking incredible. So I wanted to make a video about it. I had a great game, not high damage, but really well played. And I figured I'd show you how to go about this map because I know the vast majority of people who are watching this have no idea what the hell to do on this map. They stick around in this area right here, and it's like worst position available in, you know, any sort of defensive context at all. So we're on Overlord. How do I start on Overlord? I go, and I'm mentoring for this one, so keep in mind I'm kind of playing two people's games while I'm doing this. I go to this position right here to start off. There's a bunker up here that if we go to, and you'll see I'm bringing the 430U with me, you get early shots onto, well, you see how this 277 is driving into position? You get early shots on people like this guy. So basically, you just pop up here, you put this bunker in between yourself and any TDs, and then wild tanks appear that you get to farm, and there you go. There's an E100. So normally it's going to be more than this E100 and you'll get 2 or 3 shots off. However, in this case, it's just an E100. And because of this play, the amount of information you get on, like, just by going here is amazing. So we come to this position, we spot no one over here. There's a flashlight over there, useless. The main thing to take away from this is the minimap. If you look right here, we've got a WZ1115A. He's going to spot nothing from his position, and we spot nothing in the mid. So they're all going to be on the 890, you know, more or less. There might be some tanks hidden in E4, but their team is going to be in the 90. And, you know, we say, look, that WZ's pushing up. He spotted nothing. What we have to do as a platoon is we have to start to prepare for the 9-0 defense because we've got no one in a good position to defend that. Even our bat shot is going to be in a shitty position once he starts getting flanked by the 0 line. 268 gets in the way, but whatever, we're just going to drive into position. And you'll see we do this just in the nick of time because they're going to be sending a shitload of tanks down this way, and the positions that are available to them because we've given them this side for free is amazing. So I'm going to put a shot off. We basically get caught out in the open because of the timing of this. There's a WZ and a AMX on a rock, and because of their positioning and the fact that there's 5 tanks ready to shoot us as we were transitioning, we had to stop on these houses. And what you'll notice is I'm playing these houses. I don't want to be here, so I fall back a bit to try to use some sort of camo advantage. And as I fall back, these positions, I realize they're not good. So what I do is I say, look, how can I deal with the fact that they're over here? Well, I'm a medium. I want to get to their side. I have this mobility. I've got a really low profile. I can probably get away with this. And you can see I start moving. I find a WZ. I put a shot into his track on the move. And this is ultimately where I want to be. When I get into this position, I'm hull down. You can see I can farm this WZ5A and I can prevent them from rushing into the team. And this is the best position to defend the 0 line. If you've ever played an STRV back here, you'll know, because you just sit where this AMX with 13105 is and you farm everyone. In regards to this base defense, it's really easy once you get here. The biggest thing to do is just not throw your life away. So what I'm doing is I don't have a lot of gun depression. I'm in a Russian medium. However, I can poke up, how do you say it? Go up to this bush and put shots into people like that 430U, AMX30B, Progetto, E4, and the Kronwagen. There's a lot of tanks on this flank. And I'm just kind of poking up at different angles to see what I can find, to try to keep people lit, get myself some spotting damage, you know, and just get these players dead. Because if they if they were to continue this 0 line push, they would start flanking the middle of the map and we'd lose. So defending here, very easy. The key thing is to just not die, and really that's it. So you can see I'm going to put a shot into the 430U. This is worth fast forwarding. It's not really worth watching. One thing I do want to point out is the 430, if you're ever in the Object 140, your main issue with this tank, or at least my main issue, is the turret armor. It's not very reliable despite what the people on the forums will tell you. And so in this situation, I'm able to block a shitload of damage because I'm doing this on purpose. I'm on a ramp, and so when this AMX-30B or anyone in the back shoots at my turret, what's going to happen is they're going to either hit my very angled upper front plate or they're going to hit my angled turret. So I'm actually angling my turret here because in this tank, you have to. Otherwise, people are going to pin you. Now, with time, this position is not working anymore. You know, I'm getting farmed for playing it. I'm not getting a lot of shots on people who know where I am. So I changed the angle a bit. I look for shots in the TVP. He can't shoot me, so I poke up on this 430. He dies. The AMX-13105 gets the kill. And this is another angle. So when you're playing this position, don't be afraid to just sit here like, you know, the AMX-13105 was. You can move around and get a lot of shots in different angles. And this isn't working out. However, you know, I would have killed the 430 if he hadn't already died. So playing the angles is a good thing. Now, very quickly, I realized, look, I'm being useless. I want to see if I can spot anyone and just sit in a good position to get shots. So I move into this bush. I think this was a good play, even though it didn't really give me anything. I thought it was worth it. And then immediately we start noticing, okay, we're down 3 tanks and we're losing the middle of the map. So after putting a shot into this Progetto right here, I think it bounces. It does. We're going to start moving over to the 3 line because we've successfully defended the 9-0 push. And what will happen is if they push through here, they'll start flagging the Jagdpanzer, the E3. Our whole team will be caught in a crossfire, and this is the pressing issue right now. You know, I can trust the E3 and the 268 and so on to basically intimidate the enemies from pushing. So we're going to try to save that K91 right here. So put a shot towards the EBR, misses, whatever. We're just transitioning right here. There's an E4 in the middle, and I can see he doesn't have a shot on me. I'm just double checking right here. There's obviously that mound in the way. And because of his position, instead of just YOLOing into this EBR, I'm able to just sit in the open and cover this K91 because I know the E4 can't shoot at me. And by staying in the middle of the map, you know, if we lost the 3 line, I'm in a decent position to respond to that. I'm not locked down anymore. And I can also get up to kind of where this 268 is to try to put side shots into people. And so you can see these shots aren't happening, but I'm playing in the middle of the map based on how they're pushing through. If they push through the 3 line, I'm in a good position, and if they push through the 0 line, I'm in a good position. So look for a shot on the Kronwagen. I see he's looking at me, so I move, making sure the 30B won't shoot at me. Now we're going to be hull down. And because of this house's location, we won't have side shots on the 30B. Now, this is the mistake most people will make on this map. When they're trying to flank people like the 30B, they push into this bull. You never want to be in that situation when you're defending. It's a lot better to be where this AMX 13105 was, or just slightly further back, and you have to modulate this position like based on what's happening on the 3 line. If you're losing the middle of the map, you obviously can't be here because you're going to get surrounded. Now, I know this. I'm not going to push into the 30B, and I say, look, my platoon mate, the guy I'm mentoring, he's fighting a 277. There's a EBR flanking him. And what I decide to do, because this E4 is not going to shoot at me, I decide to keep my platoon mate alive because he's fighting a full HP heavy right here. And I'm going to YOLO straight into this EBR if I can manage it. And then a Foch appears. So that guy has been camping base all game. It's not surprising that he suddenly decided to move up. However, it caught me out, and it makes it really hard for me to help out my platoon mate. I put a shot into the Foch's track, and because he's got like a 5-second intro clip, I'm able to just sit here, and I'm going to keep him permatracked. Now, when you're in this situation, you have to watch, because the Foch is from permatracked. This E4 is going to see that, and he's going to know that there's an opportunity right here, because I'm obviously focusing on the Foch. And so what I do is I put a shot into the Foch, and whenever this E4 comes down, and he does, I'm just watching that. I need to be aware of that. So I kill the E4, already kills the Foch. It works out perfectly, but that's how to play that. You have to be aware of situations like that, because if the E4 YOLO'd me, I absolutely would have died right there. So 277's in the open. What I decide to do is I'm not going to fight a 277 from this angle. It's just not worth it. He's going to be side scraping, and he's very safe. What I can do is I don't think he knows that I'm making this play, so I pop over to this bunker right here, and you can see either he knows I'm here, and if he does, it's whatever, but Heiko moves over to the side and is going to distract the 277. So we've got a perfect crossfire set up. The Jagdpanzer U100 behind us dies. I don't know why he was playing like that. Because the 277 fired, I'm able to put the shot into him. Heiko gets the kill. And now we're in a situation where they've pushed the 0 line, but at least we have the 3 line to deal with. We don't know where the STRV is. And at this point, if I recall, I was like, where do you think that STRV is? Now, this is probably the most important thing to understand about TD players on this map, is often if they start off on the 5 line, they will never go to the 9-0 line, even if it makes the most sense. You can see, for example, that Foch pushed into E4, and that STRV, Heiko has the proclivity, if I recall, to basically think that TD players will not move up because they're STRVs. I know STRV players, they only have so much patience, and what that guy's going to probably try to do, in my opinion, is he's either going to YOLO through the mid like the Foch did, or he might come up the 1-2-3 line, and really that's what you would expect from an STRV player. He's got a camoed mobile tank destroyer. He's going to love getting behind everyone, and there you go. He's right there, just like I'm, this is kind of where when you see an STRV and he's been unspotted for a while, assume he's flanking you or camping hardcore. He's not going to YOLO down the middle of the map. He's going to do one or the other 9 times out of 10. Now, the STRV dies, so we know where the Kronwagen is. I'm going to take a shot. Well, there you go. I take a shot from him. That was a mistake, because now I'm a one-shot to Artie, and you can see where I am right here. Artie could totally kill me. I'm just trying to avoid Artie, so I'm trying to be weird with my movements and just going to not hug the rock, because that's where Artie would blind fire if they were. And because of the Kronwagen's position, I don't want to fight a Kronwagen and a Progetto. The Progetto's got troll armor in, like, sometimes, and I just don't want to deal with it. So what I decide to do is I'm like, look, where I am, the Progetto might be up in K, well, where the map is being pinged. You would expect the Progetto to be there. So if he is, my rock is compromised. I can't sit there. So I'm going to fall back. I don't want to get clicked. I don't want Artie to know where I am, and I don't want to be flanked by a Progetto and a Kronwagen at the same time. So what we decide to do is we decide to go the low road. Now, the 430U, my platoon mate, he's going the very low road. I'm going to the 3 line because I just want to try to figure out where the hell they are. And if we can kill Artie, it opens up a lot on the map, because obviously I'm a one-shot to Artie. Artie players, very easy for them to kill you. So killing Artie at this point in time is the right play 100%. They're not on cap. They're not gaining anything big by this type of play. And so what I do is I pop up to here. I see the Progetto. He's on 1,000 HP, so I was right to leave that rock. I go after the Progetto because that's actually a good choice. This is a really good target choice right here. And I'm going to be able to finish him off because I managed to track him. Second shot goes in. He's dead. And then we're expecting Artie to get lit. And so what I'm doing is I'm preparing to get a shot on Artie and just try to keep my platoon mate alive. Now, this is a risky play. The best play for this Kronwagen while I was shooting at the Progetto would basically be to get into this bowl. So for me to sit here, the situational awareness required, I'm watching my map 100% of the time, because what will happen is if that Kronwagen gets spotted, he will absolutely kill me. And so you can see the second he gets lit, I notice, I leave this position because I don't want to die to the Kronwagen, and he's exactly where I thought he would be. Now, he takes a shot, don't know where it went. I think it's at the tank to my left, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to flank. Now, this is a rough spot. Artie gets lit, so it's good. We put a shot into a miss. Heiko gets the kill. And right now there's this 500 HP Kronwagen. I'm a one-shot. If I recall, the grill was a... Yeah, he's a one-shot. And so he can almost clip us out if he YOLOs us. The Kronwagen's best play to do that is to YOLO you. So predicting that he'll YOLO you, I fall back. Because if he YOLOs me and kills me, I want Heiko to get a shot, and I want the grill to get a shot. And so you can see, falling back as much as I can. And here, it looks like the Kronwagen's distracted. So if he's distracted, I want to see if I can get a shot. You know, if he shoots at the grill, there will be a small window of opportunity to get that to work. And what I do is I know I'm lit, and so I pretend I'm going to flank him. Now, in this case, of course, he's going to realize this. And you can see if he is, he's looking my direction. I do check that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get unspotted, and then we're going to flank him. Now, he's thinking he can come this way, get the kill on the one-shot 140, and go from there. I'm communicating with my platoon mate, and we've got the two-shot 430 who's actually going to come over in that way because he's got the HP to deal with it. And both myself and the grill are going to try to flank this guy as Heiko just pushes in. It's okay if he, like, is aggressive here because he can take two shots, and then, you know, I can presumably finish off this Kronwagen. Now, Heiko puts a shot in, falls back. You can see the Kronwagen is not expecting this flank at all. We're able to get our brothers in arms. That's 7 kills, and that's, like, really, that's a very good tutorial on this map. You got to see how I defended the 3 line, the 0 line, played the mid, and then carried towards the end of the game. So, I'll show you the end plates, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so not an epic game by any stretch of the imagination. Like, in no way, shape, or form was this an epic carry, but it's pretty obvious that if I hadn't made the plays I did, we wouldn't have won. And so if you're trying to increase your win rate, you want to make intelligent, you're going to have to do damage if you want to win, but a lot of my efficacy in this game was 3,000 spotting. So really good plays from a strategic perspective. I ended up getting a Master Badge First Class, BIA, and a Confederate Medal. That was 3,700 damage. I came first place on the team for XP. The grill did more damage, not surprising. Heiko did 3221, got 4 kills. So as a platoon, you know, what is that? 7.9k combined, pretty good result. And the Kronwagen actually on the enemy team. The Kronwagen and the Super Conqueror did very well with 4,900 damage and 3,200 damage. So you can see the majority of their players with good damage, like basically their two of their top 3 tanks were on the 0 line. So the Kronwagen and Progetto, they were in good positions. They're the reason this game was as close as it was, because they just did so well in regards to their positioning. They were able to do very well with where they took. Now, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Email me at lemmingrushmentoring@gmail.com if you want mentoring lessons with me. And yeah, I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye.